Hello, I hope you're doing well today. My name is Tarish, and today I'm going to talk about the world changes, what we're going through in a really short Cliff Note version, and why the practice of yoga and self-discovery is so important during this time. I'm the owner and operator of Waves Reiki Retreat Center located in Grayland, Washington. I offer personal, individualized retreats, group retreats, and local community classes and events as well. So if you're interested, check out wavesreikiretreatcenter.com. I wanted to share today about the world shift. We're moving from a world that has been focused on external power to authentic power. So external power is where we have existed, what we own, our careers, how much money we have, what kind of power that is external of us. How many, do I own a car? Do I have this much influence over other people, etc., which is like a career or leadership. What we're moving toward, though, is a planet that is going to be based on authentic power. And authentic power is really cool because no one can take that away from you. Your bank account can be drained in an instant by a glitch in the system or a bank or something happening in our economy. But authentic power, knowing yourself, knowing your skills, your gifts, knowing your ups and your downs, knowing yourself as a soul, as a human, is the most valuable thing moving forward. And why the heck, how does yoga have anything to do with this? Most people, if you're not aware, think that yoga is about stretching. It's actually so much more than physical, what's going on. However, why is the physical body important? Number one, the physical body is important because it's our home. It's our place to reside as a soul having this human experience. We can either underestimate the power of the body or maybe overestimate, the power of the body. And I'll give you an example. When I was younger, not that long ago, I was overly invested in my physical body. I was overly invested in how strong I was, how fast I was, what it looked like. And I was in a state of imbalance because I was putting too much overemphasis on the body. But we are so much more than the body. You're a soul, I'm a soul, we're having a human experience, which means we do have a physical body, but we also have a mental body, an emotional body, and we are a soul. Our soul is divine, it's infinite in its life, and we've had so much experience as a soul. When we come into this human experience right now, we're operating from the personality, which is, hi, I'm Tarish and blah, 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 blah. But as a soul, we're so much more expansive than our current personality. And what I've learned through the practice of yoga and Reiki, so Reiki has brought me in alignment with my soul more and more and more. Reiki is universal life force energy, and yoga is the study and discovery of self. We use the body with the breath and the movement as a meditation tool to gain more self-awareness. Since I was born, since you were born, we have learned externally what we need to do to survive. If I act this way, I get a gold star. If I do this thing, I get a pat on the back. If I do this, I keep the job, or etc. If I do this, or if I'm of service in this way, I receive love or admiration or safety. What we're learning as we practice yoga, number one, is to live in the present moment. Most times, what people don't actually know is they're living in the frame of the past, or we're anxious about the future. If we're living in the realms of the past, we're not creating, we're not going forward. We are repeating habits, beliefs, and such that may not be actually true, but because we're living in the past, we keep this process going. What yoga does is it brings you into the present moment, because just saying put your right foot at the front of your mat brings you into the present moment, where we could have been thinking about dinner. We could have been thinking about something that happened at our job earlier that day, or an argument that we have with a partner. But when we start to bring our right foot to this spot on a yoga mat, and we're breathing and doing the physical movement, we can bring ourselves into the present moment. The present moment is the only place that life truly exists. And being present with our lives is the only way that we can really get centered and come from a place of our soul and our intuition, and we're not living in a fight or flight nervous system. If we are not present in our bodies, we're living kind of in a survival state, possibly disassociated from the body. And for anyone that struggles with anything mentally, it's because we have avoided living in the present moment in our body. And so we must allow ourselves to use our breath to come into the present moment, become aware of ourselves, and acknowledge I have a mental body, an emotional body, and a physical body, and I'm a soul. I know that sounds really in depth, but I am really wanting to bring home the fact that yoga isn't about creating more flexibility. Yoga is about becoming present with ourselves, how we're doing, pulling our energy back to ourselves. I can't use my arms, like pulling our energy back to ourselves, to here, and saying, I am here, I'm breathing, and then allowing all these layers of you to come together. So the word yoga is union, unite. And what my perception of that is uniting all the layers that are you. I'm going to stop there for this video because that's a lot to take in. And as I continue to share videos moving forward, I hope that it helps you to understand, yoga is the oldest form of self-discovery. And it's not about necessarily self-improvement, but we're just discovering places about ourselves. And I started yoga in my 20s because I was running and doing all of those things and having injuries. Yes, yoga is very physical. And if you have an injury, it's a great way to move the body in a nourishing way. And I'll close with this. I used to punish my body and think that I needed to be XYZ, to be lovable, to be liked, and all of those things. Now, in my mid-40s, I'm 46, I use yoga as a way to nourish myself, my heart, my mind, my emotional body, and also to create a great relationship with my body instead of like a punishing or I'm not good enough relationship. And yoga has helped me transform the relationship with my body over the years. And it doesn't alleviate my desire to be strong and to be able to lift things and go the distance in life and do activities that are great and fun. But I just have this relationship where I'm not in a punishing state or an unworthy state with my body. So that's been really helpful for me. And then it's also brought me closer to my heart and helped my mind, and Reiki and yoga combined have really transformed my life, and I want to continue to share that message. So thanks for listening. Again, I'm coming to you from Waves Reiki Retreat Center in Grayland, Washington, where I live, and I operate this beautiful property and retreat center for private retreats, individual or group. We have girls getaway retreats, and I have seasonal retreats that are seasonal Reiki retreats. Also, we have women's ocean retreats, community yoga classes, community sound healings, and so much more. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video.